Welcome, the War Chief of Light is back with another epic video. Hi, my name is Peepiggy, but you lovely people are more than welcome to call me Peeps. Do you remember a long time ago in a galaxy far away? Okay. A long time ago, I made a video about how I was trying to get into cosplay, and I was going to learn how to sew. I promised you guys updates, and today, you're getting one. This is my second actual project ever that I have made now several times, and you guys get to watch that journey of me putting together the second official piece. And it turned out cute, so you know. Either way, I'm going to link in the description box the pattern that I used. So you guys, I don't know what you want to do with that. You can go get it, you can not. Nobody's sponsored here. This is just me saying, hey, I got this. This is what it turned out to be. You like it, you'll do. Go ahead. If not, you know what to do. Either way, let's go through the process of sewing this Pokemon purse, because of course Pokemon. And yeah, should be some fun. Alright, so there's a few things that this pattern really brought to light for you cosplayers, for you people learning how to sew. What's cool is that I learned how to use the stiffening material, so the stuff that makes your shit hard. Ha ha ha. All jokes aside, it's what keeps the material in place. So like a purse, you want it pretty rigid, right? That's going to be used in cosplay quite a bit. So if you want curves to stay, if you want like certain shapes, that's how you're going to make it, is with that stiffening fabric. So that's the white one you see on the outside of this Pokemon pattern, which is adorable, losing my mind, so good. Ironically, this pink material, you will see here in a second, is actually double the price. Bullshit. I am convinced that people that quilt with cotton are millionaires. So the pattern itself, it says it's a little bit more complex than beginner. Not quite beginner, but not quite intermediate. It is simple, it was easy to follow. Like any project, the cutting, the pinning, the ironing. Oh my god, the ironing. The ironing took me fucking days. A stupid amount of ironing. But everything you sew, you need to iron. That's how it rolls. If you want something pretty, you want something well constructed, iron the shit out of it. And the cutting, well, I was watching tutorials on sewing and learning the basics of it. I learned that you will spend a stupid amount of time cutting and ironing versus actually using the sewing machine. I admit, the sewing machine bits are probably the more fun. I fucking hate cutting material. I'm very not great at it. I definitely could skip that part of it. So what's nice about this pattern, on top of, you know, teaching the basics on using a stiffening material, is it's a little bit more intricate. It has a lining. So that pink material you see, that's the inside, the lining. So again, that teaches you how to make stuff a little more rigid. It has a contrasting color. The seams will be closed well. And I have to admit, I did a pretty good job here. This is probably my third attempt. My first attempt, I always do them in bed sheets. Why? Because bed sheets, you can get them at the secondhand store for fuck all. And you're not afraid to go and mess it up. I want to tell you I spent too much money on the materials here. In the future, I will not be using quilter's cotton because, again, not a millionaire. So the pink one, in the future, absolutely not. But it's a good way to learn, the hard way I admit, what materials to look for, what not to, what's worth spending the money on. Pokemon. Pokemon's always worth spending money. And what isn't. Also, what shapes can you make with that stiffening material? What does it do? What kind of rigidity does it have? So a lot of good information was learned here for cosplay. This does get me excited to start a new project that's a little bit more clothing focused. so I can see what taking measurements is like, what filling out a pattern is based on those measurements, what tailoring when you're done to make sure it fits you correctly. All stuff that I think the next big project will teach me. Again, big is relative here. My big is usually like beginner / next to level to beginner. And then after that, we are going into proper cosplay. We're actually building the stuff and we're trying it. So I'm stoked. Either way, I learned that this skill is a really good skill to have, not only for your everyday mending, but if I can figure this shit out, we're gonna have like the ability to make long sleeve shirts at my will. That's dangerous. I need them. Or like little tops and stuff, or even like work clothes. Man, if I can get good enough to make like a dress shirt or a shirt that I can wear at work, win. Or quilting. I mean, listen, I'll need blankets. I'm in Canada. It's cold. Either way, don't get discouraged. Try the stuff out. I believe this pattern was free. If I'm not mistaken, it was, or it was very inexpensive. You print it out. So you're not up shit creek without a pattern. You print it out and you give it a go. Most of my sewing learning was done on YouTube. I don't have someone to teach me. This is me dicking around and playing with it until I have it. So don't be afraid to learn something new. Don't be afraid to try something creative. And you might just end up with a really cool Pokemon purse. Alright? Alright, so listen, it turned out fantastic. Better than I ever thought. It's functional. I'm using it actively when I go out with the family and when I go to nerdy stores because... Either way, I have one more project that I'm attempting to do before we actually start into the cosplay path. I'm going to try to make something I wear, like a shirt. So my next goal is a long sleeve shirt. So again, get the structure, figure out how a bodice works, etc. Once that's done, we are moving into cosplay. I have two in mind. One that is easy mode and one that is moderate, which will take me a lot of work, a lot of fucking work. But they're the two that I've been eyeing forever. So either way, I'll keep posting updates to my cosplay journey here, and what I learn, what I don't learn, what scares the shit out of me, you'll be here for it. Either way, I really hope you enjoyed this more cozy video, some interesting little tidbits, and, well, you know, something a little different. Still nerdy, but different. In the meantime, have a legendary day. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I can't wait to see you guys again on the next one. Bye. I can't tell you how stupid excited I am to get into cosplay. Like, it's going to be bad financially. It's going to be bad sewing-wise, because your girl's still learning. But I am here. I am hooked, line, sinkered. Sinkered? Sunkered? Sunk?